Check 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Vocal all the way up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check, check. That should be here. This is what we need. This has to be all right.
And her schedule is kind of like.
Check 1, 2.
You're here to do that.
Okay, Albert, are you getting that up there on the video system? 1, 2, 3, 4. You getting enough audio?
Yep, you'll hear on Saturday night, but
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the vocal mic. Check. You good? Thank you, man. Okay, we're set. Now you got to check levels on the story reader. And, comfortable with it.
Let's see. Okay.
Check the level.
Hello, testing.
Actually, read the mic. Read the story.
Hello, and
People never talk the same way this.
right. I'm pretty loud. Appamondo had 4 good and true friends. Don't listen to them, Jeffrey Fury said quietly. What do they know? Lark Apostolf snapped. Petra and Jorma Appleshoe cooed. Besides, they don't know our secret, do they?
All right.
Sound good?
Okay,
I'll put it in your pocket.
Put it on your belt or something in your pocket.
Okay, perfect.
We'll just turn it on when it's right.
Sounds good.
Good morning. Hello to you happy, healthy, humid humans. I welcome you as one of your own. My name is Jessica Levitt-Watara, and I'll be serving as your worship associate today. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Savannah. Our minister, Reverend Lisa Day, is on vacation this week, so I'm supporting our guest speaker, Cindy Mail. Cindy is an interdisciplinary artist, yoga teacher, and author. Thanks for being here, Cindy.
Thank you for asking.
We're also grateful to the Savannah Voice Festival for the gift of Chad and Brent today. Here at the UU Church of Savannah, we are working to build a diverse, multicultural, and beloved community. We celebrate the presence and participation of all who enter. We warmly welcome you, whether you're on YouTube or here on site, wherever you are on your journey. If you're visiting with us this morning and you'd like to introduce yourself, we'd love to say hello. Please rise or raise your hand, and Jim will bring you a microphone. We use microphones for accessibility to all in the sanctuary and also those joining us online. Are there any visitors on this side of the church who'd like to introduce themselves? Yes, there's one in the front here. Jim?
Thank you. Hi, I'm Barrett. First-time attender, long-time fan.
Welcome. And are there any visitors on this side of the church who'd like to introduce themselves? Hi, Abby.
Hi, my name is Emily. My first time coming here in a long time. I went here as a kid, and then I've just recently moved back to Savannah, so I'm very happy to be here.
Welcome. Okay, I think that's all of our visitors. I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces, which is lovely. If you are looking for a new faith community, we encourage you to visit several times to get a feel for our style of worship and what we believe and how we approach matters of faith and religion. And it's good to have you here. Please join us after the service for coffee and refreshments in Ron Hall. You can get to Ron Hall by going through this door on the side and down the ramp. You can go out the front and around. And a little birdie whispered in my ear that Cindy may have a few copies of her book if you're interested in it as well during coffee time. Please use the QR code on the rainbow chalice or yellow card in your pew to sign up for our newsletter and to receive a welcome letter for our minister. Or if you prefer, you can fill it out by hand and toss it in the offering plate. We also have the red heart and chalice card for any joys and sorrows. If you'd like to fill that out with anything you'd like shared in the service today, please do that and also drop it in the offering plate when it comes by. A note of housekeeping, we sing and speak responses throughout our service, and you can find those printed in your order of service. They're pretty easy to follow along with. Church announcements are emailed to members and friends on Tuesdays and Fridays. Check your email for complete details about the following. Well, first of all, the Savannah Voice Festival is in full swing. It began on Friday, and it will end on August 16th. Last night, they were here in the sanctuary and performed Broadway's Golden Age. There will be 2 more performances right here in our sanctuary. Queens of the Night, Sopranos on Stage on August 13th, and Night and Day on August 14th. Tickets for all of the events are available through the Savannah Voice Festival website, or you can use the QR code that's printed on your order of service insert. Also, save the date. October 3rd will be our annual UUCS service auction. You will be hearing from our committee soon to start brainstorming any of the items that you'd like to be added to the auction catalog. But please be sure to save the date for October 3rd. With the lighting of our chalice, we enter into sacred time. Our chalice lighter this morning is Gigi Kelly Regalizio. In the Unitarian Universalist tradition, the chalice is symbolic of the light of reason, the warmth of community, and the flame of hope. Our words today come from Tracy Johnson. We light our chalice this morning, light of our creative spirits, light of our wise souls, light of our wandering and curious minds, light of love for this place, these people, and this work. Illuminate our hearts and the spaces between them in this sacred time of unfolding.
As a call to worship this morning, I would like to read a poem by Hafiz, In a Treehouse. Some of you may know it. It's beautiful. And it's from the book, The Subject Tonight is Love, 60 Wild and Sweet Poems by Hafiz. And it's translated by Daniel Lendinsky. In a treehouse, light will someday split you open, even if your life is now in a cage. For a divine seed, a crown of destiny is hidden and sown on an ancient fertile plain you hold title to. Love will surely bust you wide open into an unfettered, blooming new galaxy, even if your mind is now a spoiled mule. A life-giving radiance will come. The friend's gratuity will come. Oh, look again within yourself, for I know you were once the elegant host to all the marvels in creation. From a sacred crevice in your body, a bow rises each night and shoots your soul into God. Behold the beauty, the beautiful drunk singing one from the lunar vantage point of love. He is conducting the affairs of the whole universe while throwing wild parties in the treehouse on a limb in your heart. Love is a noun, a verb, an adjective, an adverb, a conjunction. It just is. Love is the life-giving radiance, the divine seed, the light, the absolute creative. And you are plugged into it. Please close your eyes and take a few seconds to feel your absolute creative source. Thank you.
Will you please rise in body or spirit and join us in hymn number 346, Come Sing a Song with Me. It's time for our story for all ages, so anyone who'd like to see the pictures can make their way up front.
Well, I'm super excited to share this story with you guys. It's one of my favorites. I'm going to try not to cry while I'm reading it, because sometimes that happens. It's called Appamondo's Dreams. Here's Appamondo. Now, I should preface this by saying that when I was a kid, sometimes I got made fun of a little bit, once in a while, for being a daydreamer. I was really good at school, but sometimes I would get into a little bit of trouble because people would ask me questions and I'd be like, my mind would be somewhere very far away that I thought was more interesting sometimes than the classroom that I was in. So the main character of this story has the same thing. He is a daydreamer to end all daydreamers. So I relate, we'll see if any of you relate to this character the way I do. Once there was a very drab village, so drab in fact that the road leading to it was overgrown from lack of visitors and interest. There wasn't much to do there, especially for a little boy named Appamondo, a boy who loved to dream. For him, dreams were magic chariots pulled through his mind by galloping hues of color. For him, dreaming was a way of life. He dreamt so much at the time that the villagers began to talk. Who's this kid? There goes that slow Appamondo, they called after him. He'll never amount to much, another said. He'll never do anything useful. He dreams the day away. Appamondo, though, had 4 good and true friends. Don't listen to them, Jephthah said quietly. What do they know? Lark snapped. Petra and Dorma cooed. Besides, they don't know our secret, do they? It was certainly true. These 5 shared a very special secret indeed. Appamondo's dreams. You see, whenever he daydreamed with his friends, you could actually see the dreams. Right out of the top of his head, they drifted. They twisted through shafts of brilliant sunlight. They floated up into the sunny sky. There was so much to look at, animals, birds, flowers, all in wondrous, vibrant colors. Appamondo enjoyed dreaming just for them. He did big dreams. He did tall dreams. He did little dreams. He did middle dreams. One day, Lark announced, let's capture one of Appamondo's dreams on a piece of paper. Then we could look at it even when Appamondo isn't around. The children tried to get the dreams to stay, but each time the dreams drifted off and disappeared. Dreams. Then Petra and Dorma covered a piece of paper with water from the well tub they'd been playing in. And at that very instant, a dream floated up from Appamondo's head, and Lark and Jephthah pushed the paper in front of it. It held fast. Hooray! They exclaimed for joy. Now we can keep his dreams forever. It wasn't long before they discovered that Appamondo's dreams would stick on anything that was moist or damp. Mops drying over balcony rails, laundry airing on clotheslines, bottoms of white fat ducks waddling up the street. Boy, Appamondo, Jephthah laughed, you better not ever dream on a rainy day. What a mess we'd have, Lark snickered. Luckily, you only dream on sunny days. See what's coming? Then one day when Appamondo had begun to dream, the sun suddenly hid behind gray storm clouds. The wind blustered and the rain dropped from the clouds above them. Oh no, Lark squealed. What are we gonna do? Appamondo, don't dream anymore, Jephthah ordered. You just can't, Petra and Dorma said as they were pelted with wet raindrops. Lark clapped Appamondo's hat tight over his head, but it was no use. The dreams had already drifted up and were floating towards the buildings of the town. The children gasped as they watched each and every scene hold fast to the walls and storefronts of the town. As soon as the rain stopped, the townsfolk came out of their houses and shops. They were stunned when they saw all of Appamondo's dreams on the walls. "Someone has painted our houses and stores," a visitor called out. "Who did this?" an angry woman cried. "I'll find who is responsible for this prank," the mayor said as he saw the crowd that had gathered. Then his eyes fell on the children. They were covered in Appamondo's dreams. "You!" the mayor shouted as he stared toward them. "What have you children done?" The children were taken to the elders of the village. "Do you mean to tell us that all those things on our walls are dreams?" they asked when the children explained. The more the children tried to tell the villagers about Appamondo's wonderful dreams, the more suspicious the elders became. They did not like this. "If what you say is true, let's see Appamondo dream right now, here in this place," the mayor snapped. The elders leaned forward in their seats and watched Appamondo. But the harder Appamondo tried to dream, the more impossible it became. Nothing at all would come into his mind. Jeffto, Lark, Petra, and Dorma all stared at the air above Appamondo's head, waiting, but nothing appeared. "I knew they were lying," a villager whispered. "You should be ashamed of yourselves. Such a ridiculous story," one elder said out loud. "Let them scrub the walls," a voice rang out, "for punishment for painting our village without permission." As the children walked toward home after the ordeal, they were afraid that Appamondo's wonderful dreams would never happen again. They walked and worried. In their sadness, they didn't watch the path. When they looked up, they were in the middle of the forest. They were lost. As hours passed, the children's families became more alarmed. They alerted all the people in the village who sent out search parties to look for the children. "Where could they be?" they all pondered. "Our people will never find us here," Petra and Dorma cried. "They won't even know where to look," Jeffto said sadly. "If only we could signal them somehow," Lark said thoughtfully. Then all of a sudden, they looked at Appamondo. "You can help Appamondo," Lark announced. "If you dream a dream big enough and bright enough, it will rise above the trees. People in the village will see it and know we're here." "Yeah!" they all cheered. But Appamondo was quiet. "I can't dream anymore," he cried. "You have to try," they all said. "You must." All Appamondo could think of were the bitter words of the elders, the people who didn't believe him. And try as he might, nothing would appear in his mind. There was no dream. Then he looked into the eyes of his friends. In Lark's eyes, there was certainty. In Jeffto's, steady sureness. In Petra's and Dorma's, complete expectation, for they loved his dreams. Then Appamondo closed his eyes and he began to see. Bright colors of every hue, shape, and texture floated from the top of Appamondo's head. They twisted through the air. The wind caught them and lifted them above the trees. Sure enough, the villagers saw the dream just above the forest where the children were. They all followed this vision, and when they found the children, they wept for joy. Never again would they question the importance of dreams. Now the village is no longer a drab place. The path leading to it is bustling with visitors drawn there by rich colors and soaring images that cover the walls of the town. Colorful scenes that its townfolk are so proud of. It is a dreamy place. It is a wonderful place. An old man sits by the fountain in the square. An old man who loves to dream. For him, dreams are magic chariots pulled through his mind by galloping hues of color. For him, dreaming is a way of life. That is your story for meditation. Thanks, everyone.
Today, we give with intention and creativity, releasing what we must, shaping what we will, in a space made possible by generations of community care and the courage of connection. To donate via debit or credit card, please use the QR code on the back of the order of service, or you can go to uusavannah.org and click the donate button. Mailed checks are also welcome. Our offering will now be gratefully received. Thank you for your generosity. sorrows as if they were our own. Today we have a sorrow from Kate. The most wonderful teacher I had in middle school, Bob LeKay, passed away yesterday. He was funny, kind, and passionate, an ecological historian from Aurora, Ohio. He is a teacher whose lessons I teach my children and still share with friends. My heart is both grateful and filled with sorrow. Thank you, Mr. LeKay, for a life well lived. We have a joy from Peter Candace. I have 7 delightful kittens. I will be happy to give one or more of these lovely kittens to a good home. And a joy from Scott Alexander. My daughter has been gainfully employed for 3 months, and she likes her job. Let us hold all of our joys and sorrows, spoken and unspoken, in our hearts as we join together in our responsive reading printed in the order of service. Sorrow is everywhere. As we mourn together and offer thanks, so may it be now and in all the days to come.
I am a Kundalini yoga teacher here in the Savannah area and in St. Croix, the U.S. Virgin Islands. And there is a Kundalini yoga meditation called the Magic Mantra. That's not the one that I would like for us to do today, but I want to share it with you just because we're talking about creativity today. We're talking about the creative impetus. We're talking about love. We're talking about God. And the mantra is like this. And a mantra, you know, is anything that your mind repeats over and over again. So sometimes we have mantras we need to get rid of. And so when we try to get rid of these mantras, we can supplant them with one of the ones that Kundalini Yoga teaches us, as well as the Lord's Prayer, right? All kinds of prayers. So this one goes, Ekong Ka, Ekong Ka. If you know anything about the chakras, you know this is the 5th chakra, and all of these sounds originate right here in the chakra of creativity. Ekong Ka, Satguru Prasad. And it means there is one creator in all creation. All is blessing of the one creator. The creator and the creation are one. Ekong Ka Satguru Prasad. If you go on YouTube and type in Kundalini Yoga mantras, there's a ton of them. This is one of them. But the one that I would really like to share with you today, we can begin to experience this meditation as a group with a Maha Jap meditation. Maha means great, and Jap is the section of the meditation that is repeated over and over, like a motif is a visual pattern. In this meditation, the individual becomes sensitized on a new level so that each in the group will respond to the energy in and of the group. You begin to realize you are part of a greater energy. The individual activity merges with the group activity so that there is no difference in each of the group's parts. As you emerge in this meditation, see if you can feel a delicate and sublime sensitivity to the energy developed in the chanting process. So I'm going to start. It goes sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. So I'm going to start, and as you feel, you join in. And then you drop out, and you listen to the group, and you feel the group, and you begin to be sensitized by the energy in here. And then you can join back in, and then you can drop back out. So we're going to do it for about 3 minutes, and I hope you enjoy it. Just really see if you can feel that energy. because it's here. Another part of this is, and it's here so that you can specifically begin to become so engaged in the mantra that you forget about all your worldly concerns, right? So it's sa, ta, na, ma. And then when you get really good at it, in addition to what you're speaking and what you're feeling, you also begin to visualize light that comes in through the top of the head to the pineal gland, to the pituitary gland, and out the third eye. And then it cycles back again. So what you're doing is you're cycling light energy through your highest chakras. All right? So we're going to start off today with the mantra and the mudra. It's called a mudra anytime you're doing things with your fingers. Because, you know, when you tap on your fingers, right, all your nerve endings are there. And where do those nerve endings go? Right up here. Satanama. And if you Google that, you'll find out that they've started doing that in nursing homes and in old people's homes because they find that it keeps the brain alive because those nerve endings are tapping in here. Okay, so I'll begin. When you feel like it, join in. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Now whisper it. Ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Now say it just in your mind. Sa, ta, na, ma. Now whisper it. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Now give yourself a few seconds to let that energy disseminate throughout you. Sit quietly, feel the energy within your body, and know that energy comes from one source. The Creator and the creation are one. Our job is to bring it alive within ourselves. Thank you. I was going to wear my stilettos today so I could be sure to see you. But Jessica took care of that for me. She put a stool out here. Light will someday split you open even if your life is now in a cage. For divine seed, the crown of destiny is hidden and sown on an ancient, fertile plain you hold the title to. It is your inheritance, this light, this creativity, this love. It is your inheritance. As a Kundalini yoga teacher and an artist, my impetus is to promote awareness of and synthesis of higher conscious living, and to help others to access their physical, mental, and spiritual creativity to transform their lives. The very energy that is the spark in all there is. The very energy that is your birthright and delivers you here on earth in the image of God. There are many types of art, but the greatest of art is you, by you, creating you. You consciously delivering awareness of your gifts, boldlessly and shamelessly within the manifested world. Your only sin is not doing this, not accepting the God force, life, and energy that is within you, because when you do, there is no time and no place for evil. The art of consciousness, your consciousness, and your consciousness, and your consciousness, and your consciousness, weaves the universe, God force creative awareness, into manifestation. This realization comes through grace. But we can increase our chances for divine grace towards realization if we become engaged in the process of how and why we make our creative choices. We are making choices through ignorance, through the local, personal, functional mind, dysfunctional as it may be. Or are we creating from an all-knowing, sometimes called ground zero, psi field, unified force field, informed mind, God? Either way, we are creating. Individually and collectively, we create. Because that is what we do. We are made in the image of God. We are innately creative. I'm going to do a few readings from my book now. Our 21st century global society uses ubiquitous technology, allowing for interpersonal content to be constantly encountered. Images available almost instantaneously, and the opportunity for an individual to manipulate a culture's point of view through whimsical and often erratic perspectives. True that. As a collective, we are creating our lives and art forms consciously or unconsciously through venues such as online gaming, social media, the movie streaming services. We have the privilege of not only becoming part of the thread, part of the image, part of the concept to which we align, but to collectively build a truth or fantasy or lie each and every time we visit the screen. We live in that fabrication, and that fabrication influences our truth. The cost of relevant change, is paid with commitment and patience. Spiritual funding is required for an enlightened outcome. Spiritual funding is required for an enlightened outcome. Mental funding for liberated ideas, and physical funding for successful work. If we are limited in our prosperity of any one of these three agents of change, we cannot create effectively. Change takes time. You must make a commitment and be patient with yourself and others. Commitment and patience begins now. Change begins now. Change is always happening. Now from the chapter in my book, The Strawberry Full Moon, from that part of it that is based on graciousness and gratitude, one more little reading. During the wolf full moon, we considered ways to perceive energetic stimulus, to gather an object's energy. To just not what it looks like within the material plane, we begin learning to keep an open, flowing relationship with our intuition. In yoga, we say this leads to prosperity, not just financially, but through the ability to turn any condition into an opportunity. During the strawberry full moon, you find ways to become prosperous because you see an opportunity. You must plant yourself firmly in an open, accepting mindset and stick with it. You do not need to give up anything. Keep it all. Just continue your journey in the light. Gratitude awakens the impoverished mind and delivers it towards faith in what is not yet there. So, today I read you a poem by Hafiz. And this one that I'm going to read to you now is by Lao Tzu, from the Tao Te Ching. Gratitude awakens the impoverished mind and delivers it in towards faith in what is not yet there. 30 strokes coverage in the hub of a wheel. But the use of the cart will depend on the part of the hub that is void. With the wall all around, a clay bowl is molded. But the use of the bowl will depend on the part of the bowl that is void. Cut out windows and doors in the house that you build, but the use of the house will depend on the part of the house that is void. Thus, advantage is had from whatever is there, but usefulness arises from whatever is not. You know that one. 30 spokes coverage by Lao Tzu. Thank you.
Will you rise in body or spirit and join us in hymn number 326, Let All the Beauty We Have Known.
I would like to read a few lines from the Abwum, the Lord's Prayer in Aramaic, the language spoken by Jesus from the book Prayers of the Consul, translated by Neil Douglas Klotz. I'm sure many of you have seen this little book. It's amazing. I'm going to read the first 3 lines. It is in the 3rd line that I would like to discuss. Te Malkutak is the creative fire, the 3rd chakra energy. Here are several interpretations. Abwum de Bwashmaya, our Father, which art in heaven. Nethkadash Shmak, hallowed be thy name. Tete Malkutak, thy kingdom come. So in this little book, it gives other translations of the Aramaic language and how the syllables are put together and what the many meanings those syllables can be. Tete Malkutak, thy kingdom come. And here's one of them. Let your counsel rule our lives, clearing our intention for co-creation. Another, thy kingdom come. Unite our I can to yours so that we walk as kings and queens with every creature. Tete Malkutak, thy kingdom come. From this divine union, let us birth new images for our new world of peace. New images for our new world of peace. That's our job, right? Thank you. It is. Yeah, it is. Oh, no. Let us pray. Thank you, Jessica. So we're going to do the Lord's Prayer now in English. All right. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy word be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and deliver us from evil, as we but deliver us from evil. Amen. Thank you.
Will you rise in body or spirit and join us in our closing hymn in the Teal Hymnal 1057, Go Lifted Up.
Now, can we go in peace and in light and in love, remembering our creative source? Remembering always to walk in that creative source, that light. Amen.